Hello and welcome back to Creative Witchy Mama, or welcome to those that are brand new here. Thank you so much for tuning on in. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, I would be truly, truly grateful if you would hit that subscribe and also that notification bell too, so you know when I'm uploading some new content. I do upload a variety of different things, so you can stay tuned to what you want to watch and what you want to listen to. So today I actually want to talk about going away on holiday. Specifically, I've just come back from Bali. I took Harrison and my mum, went across for a very short period. It was 5 nights. It was gone in the blink of an eye. And mainly that was due to as we landed, Harrison got really sick, and he didn't really recover that much throughout the whole period. And then midway through, I got Bali Belly, so I was really sick, and then there was some major floods there too. So it turned out to be, not quite the holiday that we were expecting. But what I want to talk about specifically is something that I have definitely taken away from the experience and that I will be taking forward with me. So when Harrison was quite sick, he had a fever. He was so ridiculously hot. He was being sick. He was definitely off his food, like all of those things. So the Balinese couple that were managing the property that we were staying in helped us out. The lady brought some shallots and also this oil. So my baby, basically, this is like a eucalyptus oil with, it's got like citronella. It's basically all essential oils and then carrier oil. It's got citronella. It's got eucalyptus, chamomile. It's got some other ones in there. Anyway, so she came in and she suggested cutting up the shallots and mixing that with the oil and rubbing that all over his belly to help with digestion. Not only does it help with digestion, but it also wards off any mosquitoes and bugs for like 8 hours, which is ridiculous, because honestly, this is so much cheaper than trying to buy any of the mosquito creams and things like that. But it was really interesting because we are constantly warned and told not to use like eucalyptus and citronella and those really strong things for kids. But yet in other cultures, this is what they use. And he hasn't reacted to it. He's been really great. And I wish I'd known about this before. Now I will definitely be keeping hold of this, and maybe even making something of my own going forward. But also, this is the first time I've really traveled, to a country like that that's, not Australia or the UK. And I wish I'd taken some things with me. And the first thing is slippery elm. This has been wonderful when I have been really sick in the past. So my word of advice for anyone traveling overseas, especially to the countries where um, you know, I mean, their cleanliness, like the standards are very different to what we're used to maybe in other Western cultures. I just think, things are just done differently, right? So being prepared for these things would have been so helpful. And that is like honestly, my biggest takeaway was to take something like this with me. It's natural. It would have helped bind both myself and Harrison up during that holiday. It would have been super helpful to have this on hand. But it's just not something that I've thought about in the past. But I guess now traveling with a small child, and then also the second thing is not necessarily taking something with me, but really considering the traveling option. Now I know that obviously any kid under 2 years old is able to travel essentially for free or just a very small fee, because they can sit on your lap. This was quite difficult. We were on the way out there. It was not too bad because we actually managed to get a three. So I was then sat in the window and my mum was sat in the aisle seat, and we had a free seat in the middle so Harrison could lay down and sleep. On the way back, that wasn't the case. The flight was full. and I had to have Harrison on my lap, and obviously it was very difficult. He slept. He was such a champion. He slept the entire flight, like literally fell asleep before we got on the flight, and didn't wake up until we landed. In fact, woke up and then fell back to sleep again. He was so tired. So, but the problem was I couldn't sleep, and I'm quite short. So I had to kind of like prop my feet up and then have the weight of Harrison on me. And it was very difficult. And it was a night flight. So, it exhausted me even further. So I think traveling, I would definitely consider the seating options because I know it would end up costing more money, but I think sometimes we have to make decisions or choose different times as well. Like that night flight, yes, is great for, like I said, for Harrison sleeping, but it wasn't any good then for me sleeping because it just was non-existent. So so just a few little takeaways for me traveling overseas. And sorry, I have to excuse my hoarse voice and coughing. But also, I'm so grateful for my mum being there. Prior to going with my mum, I'd been toying with the idea of going alone with Harrison, and if I had been as sick as I was, if Harrison had also been sick, it would have been a really difficult, very, very different holiday. So I'm very grateful to have had my mum there to help us, not only to help me, but to help Harrison too. Because it could have been a very, very different holiday. So, but this is the first time I'm doing all of these things. Harrison has only just turned 1, and we're constantly learning on the way. So that is all I wanted to talk about today. Just my biggest learnings, I guess, from going away overseas, and just some things I think that I will consider going forward, to any future holidays. And I recommend you do the same. It's going to, you're going to make decisions that when you make them, you're like, oh, why have I done this? Oh my God, I wish I'd bought this or done this. But you can only walk away and learn from it and then, amend any future plans that you have, I guess. So if you have any tips and tricks for traveling with little ones, I would love to hear all about them. So hit me up in the comments. Like, share, and if you haven't done already, I would honestly love it so much if you hit that subscribe. It really helps me get to know you just like you're getting to know me. And until next time, bye.